My dear fellow patriot and fellow American and fellow lover of liberty, John Durham is an American hero, a patriot, a prosecutor who makes me proud that there are still folks like him. Prosecutors who have devoted their life, their professional careers to serving the public, where they could make a hell of a lot more money in the private sector than being a prosecutor for the government. His testimony today was superb. Superb. His mistreatment by the wokey, radical, obstructionist, shadow government left, these apparatchiks, these little sock puppet hit men, so to speak. It didn't work. It was obvious. You can call anybody you want partisan, but him? No. I hope you saw this. I hope you heard his testimony, how FBI agents had apologized to him because they weren't given the whole story. They weren't told specifically, how did this come about? How did this ever come about? It is beyond explicable, beyond understandable. It's breathtaking in its horror in terms of what it represents. Now you're going to say, you might say to yourself that I am exaggerating, that I'm doing this just for some attempt at histrionics and some theater. I can understand that because it's that horrible. It's that horrible. The system broke down. It's very difficult to look at Donald Trump sometimes and say to yourself, this man is a victim because he's braggadocious, he's proud, he's almost leonine in his affect, in his stature, the way he stands, and he's Caesar-like sometimes, jaw-jutted. It's very difficult sometimes for some people to look at him and say, oh, he's a victim. He is the consummate victim. No, we are the consummate victim. Let me thank you for being with me. Let me ask you, please, before I begin, for you to continue by doing the following. Number one, as I grab my Constitution, which I'm going to be referring to, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and the like. And also do me a big favor. I want you to patronize and honor our great sponsor, MyPillow.com. Brave Americans, great Americans with a great product, whose owner, as you can tell, suffered some of the most incredible attacks, the attempts at ignominy, the opprobrium, you shouldn't buy something just because the owner of the company was mistreated, but he was mistreated. And he's still standing. And some of the other people who said no to him, they're not there. But aside from that, the products are tremendous. MyPillow.com. Use promo code Lionel. Use promo code Lionel and receive a free gift. Or MyPillow.com/Lionel. Slippers, you know the routine. The slippers, by the way, are incredible. So thank you. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. When you give somebody a badge, you should give them a copy of this too. This is the Constitution. When you tell somebody, and those prosecutors, those of us who held this position in various parts of the country, realize that you can do so much good. But what you can do to people, if your intention is evil, is beyond anything anybody could even imagine. It doesn't even, words can't even describe what you can do to people. It's horrible. And what they did to Donald Trump is incredible. And what Mr. Durham has testified to today was that he said specifically that there were FBI agents who came to him and apologized. Apologized. Think about this. Apologized. It's all over the news. John Durham, former special counsel, said that FBI agents apologized to him for Crossfire Hurricane, for this investigation into President Donald Trump, because they didn't know half of what was not presented to them. Mr. Durham, as you know, was appointed special counsel to investigate the origins, the genesis of this investigation into Trump's campaign. Where was this from? How did this come about? Who started this? And later it was revealed that President Trump had not colluded with Russia anyway. And by the way, Russia, you notice how they say this? Russia versus Russians. There's a big difference between Russia and Russians, okay? People from Russia and people representing the government of Russia. The FBI agents, Mr. Durham testified, were ashamed of their work on the investigation. Ashamed, according to Durham, who said that several other agents had apologized to him for the FBI's conduct. God bless these men and women. This is the most incredible. This is a quote from John Durham. He said, "Let me give you some real life views. I have had any number of FBI agents who have come to me and apologized for the manner in which that investigation was undertaken. These are good, hardworking, decent people." And he couldn't believe what he saw. He noted that in another instance, FBI agents expressed absolute disgust at the investigation. In one exchange with Jim Jordan, the Judiciary Committee chairman, Mr. Durham said that one of the supervisory special agents of the Crossfire Hurricane investigation became emotional when presented with a memorandum about Hillary Clinton campaign, her efforts to promote this fantasy that Russia was supporting Trump. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And how the FISA courts never dragged into the court, their court, the FISA judges, and in order to show cause and demanded why they should show cause, why the federal government, why the FBI, why those individuals should not be ordered to show cause, why they should not be held in contempt for going before FISA courts in this ridiculous Steele dossier, Perkins Coie, Fusion GPS, the stories that came from this that I still don't understand. I still don't understand this thing. Forgive me, Pissgate. These stories, I don't know what was this? This weird stories of urolagnia and undenism, weird, crazy, manufactured lunacy of Russian trollops relieving themselves on the percales of a bed because of some symbolic reference to I don't know what. I mean, it's just incredible. It's incredible. And also, you must understand how good and how thorough and how bloodthirsty these people are. From the sock puppet, radicalized, woke, left, whatever you want to call them, whoever they are, they have contaminated our government, contaminated the operational working order of our prosecutorial realm. This is incredible. Thank God for John Durham. Thank God we had this. And it will be forgotten, of course, because let me tell you something. The Democrats who were allowed just to read from the briefing books that were prepared for them by others, and they're good, comparing the Mueller and going, well, General Flynn pled guilty and Roger Stone was found guilty. Well, there you go. What the heck does that have to do with anything? But they're hoping you're not going to know. They're hoping you're not going to say, wait a minute, General Flynn, wasn't this the fellow whose family was threatened? Wasn't this the fellow who was lured into, ensnared, who were told, if you don't plead to these process crimes, woe unto you and your family who will feel the wrath of your recalcitrance. Okay. And Roger Stone, who was hit at 3 a.m. with that ninja search warrant move that happened to be covered by CNN, happened to be, I mean, how propitious to think that they happen to be here. Now let's see. What are we doing here in this community in Florida? Wait a minute. We seem to have happened upon a raid of some sort. Well, how do you like? Well, who is that? That's Roger Stone's home? Good heavens. How lucky indeed. And they say that with a straight face because they think you're stupid. Look, do what you want. I know you are, but don't insult our intelligence. So, John Durham, thank you, sir. On behalf of a grateful nation, we thank you for your service. We thank you for your honor. We thank you for your temerity and intrepidity and your bravery and your valor. And I cannot be any more sincere than I possibly am. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell. And don't forget our great sponsor, MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. Promo code Lionel. So please, if you would and you would, if you would and you could, as Nick Drake would say, brighten my northern sky and comment as you see fit.